So we have a new Predator movie out, but this time it's got a twist. The Predator is actually the good guy. And for a franchise that dates back to the 80s, and it has a particular format, which has worked very well for it, and I really enjoyed Prey recently. It really does need a shake-up, and this seems it. So what can they do with it? Well, there are spoilers ahead. Now, I will say sometimes when people try and change something that's so fundamental, it can turn into something a bit lame, not what it was, go completely off point. That's a danger. So in this, we have a Predator runt, so to speak, called Deck, who he's just not cutting the grade, so much so that his own father wants to cull him. Doesn't really seem like the most mentally stable environment, but his brother's helping to train him. Now, his brother interestingly says, "You saved me" at one point, because his brother sacrificed himself for Deck by stopping his father from killing him and not doing what his father said. Which to me is interesting because we actually get Predator culture and how they're thinking independently. His brother is probably benefiting from the system until then, but again, he's loyal to his brother and his clan. So Deck goes off to a planet called Jenna, and just to mention, with the Jenna planet and the creature that's on there that he's supposed to hunt to bring back or die trying, yeah, his brother was trying to persuade him off of that because it's basically unkillable. So, interesting politics, social dynamics of predators, or Yautjas, as this clan is known. And the other thing along with the predator culture is we get to see Deck. I mean, he's not great at what he does. He is a runt for a reason. And we see him grow. I mean, when he gets to Jenna, everything's trying to kill him, right? Just from the off. And he's not as proficient. Doesn't have his invisibility cloak either. You know, there's lots of things that are going against him. How he doesn't die at first is probably a miracle, but he does survive, and we see him grow in his thinking and the way that he sees the world. And because the predator culture doesn't really play to him, something I like is that he's willing to change his thinking despite being, you know, sometimes trying to copy the dogma, either his clan, the predator culture generally. But you can see that he's like, he kind of knows that it doesn't work, but he's like, no, this is what we do. It's like, heard a thing, right, that's the thing. No, that's what we do. And I like seeing the character development. And the cinematography in this movie is really good. Like, everything on Jenna is trying to kill you, but it's a beautiful planet and it just is shot great. And then the Predator planet, well, the Yautja planet, is just a barren, featureless wasteland that just, why on earth they live there with their technology they have, I don't know. Maybe to make themselves hardier, who knows. But his companion, or who he meets who stops him being paralyzed and actually saves him from a dinosaur type creature, Thea, she's our sort of, not a narrator, but I'm trying to think of something similar to that. We're seeing things kind of through her eyes, where she's translating what's going on with him and sort of maybe a go-between between the audience and Deck. So I think she's a great character, and she's got parallels with her own sister, Tess, and Tess does the opposite of what Deck's brother does. So there's loads of parallels, and it's so many themes about what it means to be family, to be a clan, all these choices, because at first I say Deck feels one way, and then he's sort of realizing, actually, even though he's calling like Thea a tool. You are a tool. I mean, the comedy in this, by the way, I will say, Predator films generally are quite straight, but it does actually work in this instance. But the parallels with Thea being thrown away by her family, kind of, but they would have her, but it's like, no, Tess is going to betray her, and then it's like, you're broken, etc., and I'm just going to kill you. And Deck's father doing the same thing is just amazing, except Thea realizes very quickly that she shouldn't be a part of it, whereas Deck is still in the, I'm going to go and prove him wrong despite my trauma. So I also like that you get a lot of new creatures. You know, as I said, the world looks beautiful on Jenna. But Bud, I have to get to Bud, who Thea named. I mean, Thea, Deck's backpack. But Bud, I didn't see the twist coming. I did not see it that he would be the Kalisk's child. And she, I actually can't remember with that one. I did not see that I'm going to say he, but if it's wrong, comment below, whatever. I did not see that he would be the child until the Kalisk sniff, because basically unkillable, nearly, well, not quite unkillable, but we saw Deck not die when the Kalisk was on him, and it's like, oh my God, that's when I figured it out. And I was like, in a modern movie, first of all, they didn't give it away in the trailer. Secondly, it's really hard to do that because we're looking for a twist. I thought that part of the twist might be that Thea would betray Deck. I was kind of hoping not, because I liked how they were, and the whole three of them being in a clan thing was nice. Felt so sorry for Bud when the Kalisk died. But I think Bud got over it quite quickly. But again, come back to these themes, seeing Thea be like, Bud chose you. Bud is a part of your clan, should be a part of your clan. You know, Bud saved your life when he was about to get eaten by the tree snatchy thing. So it's important. And then you had the Wayland Yutani like company come in. So it's like, oh my God, there's like an alien element to it. No aliens in it, but like you've got one of the corporations in there. And it's like, that's interesting as a villain, and how ruthless they are and horrible they are, and once again, kind of humans are the bad guys. I mean, it was good with Deck in terms of keeping him as a good guy that he only killed synths, didn't drop a single bit of blood. And that leaves possibility open for sequel, which I will go into in a minute. But the kills, the tactics at the end when he's going to save Thea, I mean, he looks cool, which is important in the Predator film, but also The kills are great, the tactics are great. You're seeing Deck's evolution. I say Bud's evolution. Bud is evolving, but Deck's evolution. And so you just see him become a better predator, but an alternative predator in the way he's thinking. And I think that's so cool. So we got the final boss fight with Tess. I was about to say Thea. I keep getting mixed up. With Tess, where they overcome her. Yes, the Callus dies. That's sad for Bud. So something was, all of them lost something. Thea got betrayed by her sister did die, but oh well. You know, Deck got betrayed by his father, and his brother got betrayed by his father, and Bud lost his mother. So they all lost something, and they're now sort of like this odd, not couple, but odd group. But it's about more what family means than just, I happen to be related to you. And the weirdest, this is the only bit weird that I'm going to pick up on, how Deck defeated his father just clean, no help whatsoever, was a bit like, okay, you've done all this different stuff to become a better predator, to become a better wolf, to become a better protector, and then just beat him clean. Okay, doesn't matter because the movie was good, so I was like, okay, fine. And it was satisfying. Then Bud eating the father's head and satisfying, so it's like, okay, I can let that go. They left it open for a sequel as well with the mother. Again, we come back to predator politics. What's going to go on there? Do the women run the society? Because if the men are all off fighting, somebody's got to do the administrative stuff and think up laws and different things. Somebody's got to keep the show on the road. So I do wonder, apparently the mother's going to be worse than the father by what he said. I think this will get a sequel because it's doing really well at the box office and it's being really well received. And then we get to see adult Bud, and maybe we get some more predator societal political stuff. I think they did a good job in terms of not going too overboard with it, but I want to see more of the culture. I want to see more of how they evolve slightly. You don't want predators to become not predators, where it's just like, oh, we completely changed society. And the fact that we have Weyland-Yutani involved as like the big bad, and they are the big bad. They really are that bad. They are horrible. But that brings the alien stuff into it. So not Alien versus Predator, but it brings that into the universe. It's a good addition. A fun film, great watch, great change when it comes to the Predator franchise. We needed this. It was a refresh, and I'm excited for if they do another one. Well worth going and watch the cinema if you can. But what did you think? Did you enjoy it? Did you perhaps think it wasn't as good as I thought and want the old Predator standard? This is just what we want every time. Who knows? You might just love that and want that alone. But let me know below. Please like, subscribe, ring the bell, all that good stuff that supports this channel if you want more content from it. And until next time, I will see you later.